Hi, welcome back again. So, in our biometry classes, we finished some very important chapters like sampling, correlation, and probability distribution, so on. So, now let us move on to another very important chapter in biostatistics, that is test of significance. In our daily life and also in our research field, we have to conduct various experiments. For example, if we are comparing the performance of two varieties or two fertilizers, so how you will assess it? So you will conduct experiment and you will get the you will construct or you will design the experiment, and you will practice in your field. And after a 3 or 4 months, then you will assess it by the yield. So how much yield when you use variety 1 and when you use variety 2. Okay, so if you find out some differences in the yield, means in one variety it is high, in other variety it is less, by providing all suitable conditions. So how can you predict, or how can you define is these differences are true, or is this difference are significant? Means what you got from your experiment, the result, which one is best, how you will select, or is a difference is significant? So in such cases we have to use this test of significance. That is, in our scientific research we usually perform a sample investigations and produce results, okay, and that are helpful in making decision about the particular population. And here, by using this test of significance, we usually compare, what we are comparing, two characters of two or more groups with regard to its mean and variance. So we are comparing the two characters of two or more groups with regard to their characteristic. The main characteristic here we used are mean and variance. Okay. For example, if we wish to compare the yield per hectare of rice varieties or sorghum varieties or whatever it may, or we compare the variation between the plants within the lines, so we can use this method. So two samples drawn from the same population will show differences in their mean value. So if you take two samples from the same population, that may show differences in the mean value. Okay, so the difference mean value in the mean value can at best be reduced in a well designed controlled experiment. So if we are designed a very good experiment with providing soil conditions equal to that full field, in full field all parts of the field having same fertility level, same soil condition, everything, you will not find out such mistakes in the samples, that is sample drawn from the same population, that you can reduce. Okay, but here a procedure that help us to assess the significance of the difference is known as test of significance. So you find out some differences in the two varieties of rice, so in the yield or that production. Okay, so now you have to check whether these differences are significant, then only you can say this variety is good and other one is bad. Okay, so if you want to check the differences in the yield, or if the difference is significant, here we use the method that is known as that test of significance. Okay, and this test help us to determine observed differences are actually due to chance or really significant. So what you observe is due to chance or is it really significant? So in order to find out this, we need a tool that is test of significance. Okay, I hope you got that concept clear. Okay, so in order to find out whether the difference is true or is it by chance, that is checked by using test of significance. Clear? Okay. Now, what are the procedure for test of significance? So in test of significance, first step is laying down of hypothesis. Okay. So statistical test of hypothesis play an important role in biological, agriculture and medical sciences and also in industry. So it play an important role. Okay. A hypothesis is established beforehand. That's very important. And common way of stating a hypothesis, what you will do is, there is no difference in two value when population mean compared to sample mean. So hypothesis is written like that. There is no difference in two values. Clear? If the difference is significant, hypothesis is rejected. So what is we will write is no difference in two values. If difference is significant, hypothesis is rejected. Okay. So that is a common concept. And if there is no difference or it is very small, hypothesis value is correct. Understood? So what you will write in that hypothesis, there is no difference, no significant difference in two values. But after your observation, you will get a significant difference, then you can reject your hypothesis. And after your experiment, you find out there is no difference or it is very small, you can accept the hypothesis. Clear? So for this procedure, we will construct two hypotheses. For test of significance, we usually construct two hypotheses from which one is accepted and another one is rejected. So let us discuss what are the two hypotheses. First one is null hypothesis and second one is alternative hypothesis. Clear? So what are the two hypotheses? One is null hypothesis and second one is alternative hypothesis. So let us look one by one. First one is null hypothesis. So null hypothesis is one which is to be actually tested for acceptance or rejection. So it is one which is to be actually tested for acceptance or rejection. Clear? So it is a hypothesis which is tested for possible rejection under assumption that it is true. Okay. What we are going to test, that is actually our null hypothesis. Okay. It is to be actually tested for acceptance or rejection. Understood? But hypothesis is a definite statement about a population. Okay. For applying a test of significance, we first set up a hypothesis, and that hypothesis is which is actually a hypothesis of no difference. That is known as null hypothesis. Actually a hypothesis of no difference that we are going to set. And it is denoted by H0. Null means 0. Actually what we are setting is a hypothesis of no difference. Understood? A very useful tool to test the significance. Means of the sample and mean of the population under the study do not show any difference. Clear? That will be our answer. So for setting null hypothesis, first set up a hypothesis that difference is not significant, because difference is due to sample fluctuation. You consider like that. Difference is not significant because the difference is due to sample fluctuations. So you can write H0, that is null hypothesis, is equivalent to mu. What is mu here? Is a population mean. That is equivalent to sample mean. Okay. So null hypothesis population mean equal to sample mean. Means there is no significant difference. But if any difference, that is due to sample fluctuation. Okay. So it is a very useful tool to test the significance of difference. In the process of statistical test, what we are doing is the hypothesis is rejected or accepted based on sample drawn from the population. Understood? Okay. Hypothesis is accepted or rejected based on the sample from the population. Okay. So a statistical hypothesis is actually a null hypothesis. Okay. So you have to take care while setting up of null hypothesis. You have to mind that we set up a hypothesis that the difference is not significant. Clear? The difference is not significant. That is very important point. Now, next, alternative hypothesis. What is alternative hypothesis? Any hypothesis which is complementary to null hypothesis. Okay. Any hypothesis which is complementary to the null hypothesis is called alternative hypothesis. Okay. So, rejection of H0. Rejection of H0 means rejection of null hypothesis leads to acceptance of alternative hypothesis or H1. Understood? Rejection of null hypothesis H0 leads to acceptance of alternative hypothesis H1. Okay. For example, you can give an explain with an example. If you want to test null hypothesis for an average plant height, see, average plant height in a plot of sorghum 170 centimeter. That is the average plant height of sorghum plants in a plot. Sorghum is a variety, cereal variety. Clear? Now, the two hypotheses, how you will write? See, H0 I already told equivalent to that mu, population mean equal to 170. That is null hypothesis. Means our population mean, sample mean all equal. That is a plot of sorghum having average height 170 centimeter. That is our null hypothesis. Its average height is 170 centimeter. Understood? Now, how you will interpret this? See, H1 equivalent to sample mean greater than 170. That is H1. Greater than 170 or less than 170. So, 170 is the average. That is our answer. That is our null hypothesis. Okay. What you are going to test, that is your null hypothesis. Okay. Now, the statement of your own about the population, that is your null hypothesis. What is the statement of the population? The plot of sorghum is having 170 centimeter, that is H0. So, what will be H1 alternate hypothesis? Means that height of the sorghum is more than 170 or height of the sorghum is less than 170. That is your alternative hypothesis. Understood? Okay. So, what is your means what is your statement about the population? That is your null hypothesis. Okay. Complementary to that is your alternate hypothesis. That is H1. Clear? Now, while constructing a hypothesis, there are chances of coming up errors. There are two types of errors usually observed in hypothesis. What are they? Type 1 error. Rejection of null hypothesis which is true. Understood? Okay. Rejection of a null hypothesis which is true. A null hypothesis that is true, but by your own mistake you will reject it. That is a type 1 error. Type 2 error is acceptance of null hypothesis which is false. Actually, the null hypothesis that is false, but by mistake you will accept it. Means differences are, there is a significant difference means what you have to reject it. Okay, but you will accept it by mistake. Clear? So, acceptance of a null hypothesis which is false or rejection of a null hypothesis which is true. There are two conditions. First one is type 1 error, second one is type 2 error. Okay. See, in this tabular column, you can see there are conditions how it will come. H0 is true, means your null hypothesis is true. But what you are doing, you will reject this hypothesis. So, that is type 1 error. See, null hypothesis is true, but you will reject it. That is type 1 error. See, second one, null hypothesis false. Null hypothesis false. You reject it. That is correct decision. But when you accept it, what happens? Type 2 error will occur. Okay. Null hypothesis is false. So, you reject it, that is correct. But null hypothesis is false, when you accept it, that is type 2 error. Clear? When null hypothesis is true, you reject it, that is type 1 error. Null hypothesis is true, but when you accept it, that is correct decision. So, these are the two types of error that will happen in the test of significance. Clear? See, so it is very risky to accept a false hypothesis. Okay, type 2 error than to reject a true hypothesis. So, second case is more complicated, type 2 error. Okay. So in order to adjust this, or in order to avoid these situations, how to minimize type 2 error, there are certain criteria that is known as level of significance. Okay. So level of significance is that statistical test fix the probability of committing type 1 error at certain level. It will sometimes it will never happen. So it will fix that statistical test usually fix. There are so many tests called a level of significance and minimize chance of committing type 2 error. So the level of there are tests that fix the probability of occurring these errors, and that is called a level of significance. Okay. So level of significance is probability of committing type 1 error and is usually denoted by alpha. Probability of committing type 1 error at a certain level. But the second type of error, the chances of committing type 2 error is very less. Okay, type 1 error may be the chance, but it is not a problem, not that much problem. So when you commit a type 2 error, that is a very high risk. Clear? So level of significance minimize the committing type 2 error. Okay. So it is the probability of committing type 1 error and denoted by alpha. Level of significance is chosen as 0.05 for moderate precision and 0.014 for high precision. Okay. So in biostatistical test, it is generally fixed at 5%. In most of all test of significance are there, different types are there. Most of all test, this level of significance is fixed as 5%. That means that probability of accepting a true hypothesis is 95%. Clear? Probability of accepting a true hypothesis is 95%. Test of significance in most cases it is fixed as 5%. Clear? So desired level of significance is always fixed in advance before applying the test. Okay. So in front of a experimenter, there is a choice of level of significance. Okay. So choice of alpha is governed by consequence of two type of errors. Okay. For example, the two type of error is understood by taking this example. For example, when a patient is given a medicine to cure some disease, type 1 error is when medicine has a positive effect. Type 1 error is when medicine has a positive effect, but it is considered that it has no effect or an adverse effect. No effect or no adverse effect, but medicine is positive effect. Clear? Type 2 error when occur, medicine has adverse effect, but it is considered that it had a positive effect. Medicine has actually adverse effect. Medicine actually has adverse effect, but consider it has positive effect. You think that situation? That is type 2 error. So type 1 error is medicine has positive effect, but considered as adverse effect. Positive effect is there, but some adverse effect is there. That is type 1 error. Positive effect is there. So patient having the risk is very less. But when you consider type 2 error, medicine has adverse effect, but consider as positive effect. Adverse effect is more, but considered as positive effect. So type 2 error committed, the patient will suffer from disease or have so many severe problems. Okay. So when type 2 error committed, the patient will be given another medicine, okay, which may or may not be effective. So type 2 error committed, medicine is continued in spite of adverse effect. Clear? It will continue. The patient develops some other complication or may die. See? So the difference between type 1 error and type 2 error. Clear? So it indicates what? Type 2 error is more severe than type 1 error. Okay. So type 2 error is minimized even at a certain risk of type 1 error. Clear? So this is the general condition. Understood? Okay. Now, there are various types of significance in our biological sciences, medical sciences. We have to practice various tests of significance. A researcher have to practice this type of test of significance in her or his experiments. So, there are so many situations like comparison of means of two larger samples, comparison of means of two small samples, etc. Then different tests like t-test used for paired samples. Then comparison of means of two sample by least significant difference, that is LSD test. Then comparison of means of three or more samples by analysis of variance, ANOVA or F statistics. So, comparison of means of large sample, small sample, paired sample, etc. We use what? Different types of test. So, generally t-test is a common test that we are using in our experiments, researchers. It is used to test significance or difference between two sample means. Significance of difference between two sample means. So, when two random samples are drawn from sample population, it is assumed that sample means are normally distributed. But two samples, there may be, there is no relationship between the individuals, or they are considered as independent when population is large. So many problems will arise. So we have to test whether the two different samples from with a different mean value are drawn from same population. So, from the same population we are taking two different samples and we are comparing their means. So, if in a case the difference is significant, sample should have come from different population. Okay. So, actually in our mind that there will not be any difference because they are all from the same population. In order to test whether there is a significant difference between two sample means, we use it in the t-test. Okay. So, we have to calculate it. What is the equation for that? Difference between means of two samples divided by standard error of the difference. Clear? For computing standard error, we have to calculate variance of the difference. Variance of the difference that you will study in the measures of distribution, variance. Okay. So, from that we can calculate the standard error. Then another term is that degrees of freedom. You studied in your chi-square test in UG classes. Degrees of freedom is, there are specific standard tables for t value, chi-square value, etc. So, while looking into that table, you can see then one side there are t values or x values, whatever it may be, given for various significance levels over a range of degree of freedom. So, significance level, now you got an idea what is significant level. In order to reduce type 2 error, we use significant level fixed usually as 95%. Okay, and degrees of freedom. So, that degrees of freedom is usually calculated by 2n minus 2. Clear? N is the number of observations in the sample. So, that by using that equation you can find out degrees of freedom, that is 2n minus 2. Understood? Then you will get a t value by applying the equation difference between means of two samples divided by standard error of difference. Then you will compare this t value. How? Take the t value, then in the table of t value you can see degree of freedom and level of significance. Take 0.05 as level of significance. Then from 0.05 down is degree of freedom. If for example by taking that n number, if it n is for example 1, n is 2, you can see 2 into 2, 4 minus 2, degree of freedom is 2. So, take degree of freedom 2, then from that other side level of significance 5, then you find out, you will get a value, that is the table value, t value in table. So, and by calculation you got another table value, another value of t. Okay. By calculating you will get a t value, that is t equal to difference between means of two sample divided by standard error of difference. That is the your calculated value t. Okay. Now you compare the table value by taking degree of freedom and that level of significance. At certain level of significance, you will get a table value. So compare the table value with the calculated value. So that is how you will assess this. Okay. So calculation of standard these values, you will get the result. So that is the t value calculated, and you will find out this answer by degrees of freedom by comparing. See, this is the calculated value. If it is greater than tabulated value, it is clearly indicated that the two means are very much different. That is calculated value greater than tabulated value. Clear? What it means? That two means are different. Okay. If it is the opposite condition, the difference is not significant. This is how you can conduct a t-test. Okay. Now, next important test of significance is what? ANOVA. So, ANOVA is usually we are conducting ANOVA for comparing means of 3 or more samples. Comparing means of 3 or more samples, including the variation in each samples. Okay. So, when more than 2 experimental samples, experimental studies, when more than 2 field sample or experimental samples are there to compare, the statistical technique used is analysis of variance. So, in t-test we compared 2 samples. When more than 2 samples are there, you can use this test, that is analysis of variance. In short form, you can write this as ANOVA. Okay. It is a technique to test homogeneity of means. To test hypothesis that means do not differ significantly. And this technique is developed by R.A. Fisher, extensively used in agricultural experiments. Okay. And in various experimental designs, we use this ANOVA. In various experimental designs, we use ANOVA, that we will study later. And this is a procedure which separates variation to one set of causes from variation to other set of causes. This is a very commonly used technique. For example, 4 varieties of wheat are sown in a plot and their yield per acre was recorded. 4 varieties of wheat and the yield was recorded. We want to test null hypothesis. What is a null hypothesis? That 4 varieties of wheat produce equal yield. 4 varieties of wheat produce equal yield. If you want to test, that is your null hypothesis. Okay. So, it is done by taking all possible pairs of means and testing the significance of the difference. So, for this you have to test it. You have to take all possible pairs of means and test the significance. Okay. So, there might be difference in the means of the varieties. Okay. The variation in yield is due to difference in the variety. Maybe fertility of soil or use of different kinds of fertilizer. These all factors affect the yield. Clear? But we are interested in testing whether the variation is due to difference in wheat variety. Clear? Our null hypothesis is that 4 varieties produce equal yield. Okay. But we find out some differences in the yield. There is a chance of differences due to variety, due to fertility, due to application level of fertilizer, etc. But our interest is that whether the variation is due to difference in wheat variety. Clear? The difference in type of fertilizer or difference in both. The analysis of variance is a method to estimate contribution of made by each factor to the total variation. So, by using ANOVA, you can find out contribution of each factor like fertilizer, like variety, etc. to the total variation. That is the technique of ANOVA. You can find out individual role, okay, for the difference. Then for that we will divide the total variation into 2 components, that is variation or variance between samples and variance within the samples. Understood? Means for variety A, B, C, D. So variance between AB, variance between AC, variance between AD, likewise. And variance within the samples. Clear? So in the variety A, you will shown it in a plot. Then take 2 or 3 or 4 samples from that variety A. Find out the difference. Clear? So variance between sample is significantly greater than variance within the sample. Clear? So samples are drawn from different populations. This is how ANOVA is carried out. Variance between sample, variance within the sample. Clear? This is how ANOVA. So variance between samples usually will be significantly greater than variance within the samples. Okay. So there are two classifications for analysis of variance. When we classify data on basis of variety of wheat, that is one-way classification. But when we classify it on the basis of variety of wheat and a type of fertilizer, that is two-way classification. Okay. So you can use two types of classification for analysis of variance. One is when you classify on the basis of variety. Another one when you classify on the basis of variety and fertilizer together. Clear? So that procedure is actually what we are calculating here is F statistics, that is the ratio of variances. So in the t-test you find out a t value. Here we are finding out F statistics, that is the ratio of variances. F statistics we are using. Clear? Now analysis of variance is very much applicable in our biological sciences. So how you can find out F value is between treatment mean square by residual mean square. That we are not going into the in detail. Between treatment mean square and treatment we will study in detail in experimental designs. Treatment is what, for example, the fertilizer we are applying, that is a treatment. Clear? Okay, between treatment and residual mean square, that is the F statistics. Then find out F value. From F value, then by using the degree of freedom and level of significance, you can find out a tabulated F value. Then compare tabulated F value with the calculated F value. What we done actually in t-test is t value. Same way you can compare it. Clear? So if calculated F value is less than tabulated F value, that null hypothesis will accept. Understood? Calculated F value less than tabulated F value. The calculated value is not significant, that is null hypothesis is accepted. So here also there is a table of value known as F value in ANOVA. Okay. So that's all about the test of significance. Okay. So I hope you understood well. So in this chapter we discussed the test of significance. Why we are conducting test of significance, what is its purpose, then how can you practice this, what are the procedure, what is a hypothesis, differentiate null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis, what are the errors, type 1 error, type 2 error, how can you avoid the error by level of significance, then what are the common type of test, a brief account on t-test and ANOVA, that is analysis of variance. Try to differentiate t-test and ANOVA. Clear? So I hope you understood well. So have a nice day. Thank you.